Yep.
Right, so first of all what I did was I realised we'd need to work out mean and the standard deviation. So I wrote out NP, which is the mean, which is 40 multiplied by the probability, which is 0.225, which is 9. And then to find the standard deviation, it's NP times by 1 minus P, so that's equal to 9 multiplied by 0.775, which is equal to 6.975. And I've done that because I realised that it followed the normal distribution, because it does.
So your N and your P, what distribution are they from?
Oh, I realised that it's normal distribution because NP was greater than 5 and NP1 minus P was also greater than 5.
Right. So it's a binomial distribution to start with, and
Yeah.
you use a normal approximation to the binomial.
Yeah.
Yep, okay.
And then what I did from there was it tells you in the question that the probability that more than 9 of them hit the ball. So what you do is you say probability that x is greater than 9, which then you can put that equal to, because obviously normal distribution works in less than 1 minus P of x is less than or equal to 9.5, because obviously in the first place it was binomial, but now you've got to translate that into normal, so you've got to make it 9.5.
So that's using the continuity correction.
Yeah.
That's right.
And then, knowing that there is equal to 1 minus phi of 9.5 minus the mean, which is 9, and then divide that by the square root of, well, I think that was going to be sigma squared.
Yeah, that's the variance up there.
That's the variance.
Yep.
And then you've got to divide that by the square root of that, because it's the standard deviation, 6.975. And then using the tables and doing lots of rearranging, I found out that was the phi of that whole thing was 0.575. So 1 minus 0.575, and then that is equal to 0.425.
Okay, thank you. If I just put the mark scheme on there a minute so we can see exactly where the marks have come from on this question. Okay, so to start with, we had a binomial distribution, N and P. You have to write down in the exam, if you're using the normal approximation, that it has met the conditions. So that was mentioned earlier. So I've written down, as it has met the conditions, I'm using the normal approximation. And then they gave the first mark on the mark scheme for stating that x now followed the normal distribution with the correct mean and variance. Using the continuity correction was worth another mark. So it said here, following the binomial distribution, we were looking for x is greater than 9, but following the normal distribution, it's x is greater than 9.5. Turned it around into a less than 1, as was mentioned earlier. So that calculation is what we've already seen. The value of that bracket before you find it, that line was worth a mark, and then there's another mark down at the end. That was a 4-mark question.